Circle Culture Academy. What is a circle?
Yeah, what's a circle? It's been a part of my vocabulary for so long because I've been involved with Boys to Men for so long. But, well, it's literally a circle. People sit in a circle, but what happens in that circle is there's kind of a microculture that values honest expression and truth that's underpinned by a belief that if we get together and honor the truth in a forum like that, that healing will happen. It's a place where we can unmask, say what's really going on, and with the help of some good facilitation, gain access to solutions to our problems, or even just expression to stuff that we can't talk about in day-to-day life. It doesn't fit into the macro culture.
Hmm. Yeah, when I think about circles in schools, I just think about the difference between a circle space and a classroom space, in which
Mm,
a classroom space is about teachers essentially judging performance and cultivating certain skills in order to achieve a positive judgment on a report card. Or I compare that to like a space within the hallways with peer groups and adults who are supervising a circle space. I love what you said about unmasking and also about it's a truth honoring space. So, what do you mean by truth? Because in our culture, we tend to see truth as like a relative thing. So, my truth and your truth may be really different. It may be a matter of disagreement, actually, for us to express the truth. So, what do you mean when you say it's truth honoring?
yeah, I think in a circle that refers a bit to personal truth,
Mm,
um, as in what's true for you, what's true about you. It's interesting that you brought up the classroom because a lot of the time when I work with youth in therapy, and I've noticed this a little bit in Boys to Men too, but uh, if you ask a young person a question about themselves, they'll get a little bit frozen
mm-hmm,
because what's the right answer? What's the A plus answer? What's the acceptable answer?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, there's something tragic about that. And you see it in really young children too, like the 8-year-old who visits your house and you say, do you want something to drink? Water? Juice? And they want the juice, but they're like, they don't know if they're allowed to say that they want it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And on a level, that's fine, but what if we get through our entire childhood with that mindset? Um, I don't say what's true about me,
Yeah.
not even what I need or want. What happens?
Yeah.
Um, I guess we don't need to go into all the myriad consequences of that, but suffice to say, when I work with a 21-year-old who has gone through that process and they can't even begin to access their own autonomy or desires or needs, and we get these sort of like aimless boys or girls as well. Um, well, there's a reclaiming process to do. At that point, it's repair, kind
Yeah.
of like how can we find your autonomy again? The idea, I think, of a circle with teenage participants, like what Boys to Men does, is we don't have to do that repair work.
Mm-hmm.
We can create a space where young people can speak honestly about what they want and what they desire, and there's no grading.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all you have to do is tell the truth, and then you'll know the truth about yourself, and maybe that will be useful in guiding you through life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the main tenets, I guess, of the circle spaces that we aim to create and cultivate and steward um, is that truth is the hierarchy. And it's not just the power of speaking out what's true for you or even locating it within yourself, but also hearing people, speak the truth is powerfully uplifting, because it brings us into, I think, like an ecosystem that's much more ripe, um, well, for authenticity, and that's, being true, not just saying true things, but being true, being really at the sort of ground of being, rather than in persona, which is like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm not supposed to say I want juice. I really would like some mineral water, please. Thank you. Uh, no, actually, I want the Coca-Cola, whatever it may be. But, and we develop these like personas that really cut us off from ourselves, right? Cut us off from our authentic, natural expression. And then that can lead to those myriad of consequences, which is like alienation, right? And
Yeah,
aimlessness and purpose.
self-alienation.
Sorry?
Self-alienation.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, and this maybe gets deep for this conversation, but what happens to all those desires and truths if you aren't integrating them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you still want juice, but it goes into the part of you that you disavow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it'll find its way to express itself, and that'll be your weight issue, you know? That'll
Right.
be your addiction to sugary things that you can't seem to control for some reason. Like, why can't I
Yeah.
lose weight?
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, as an example.